Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing Phyrexian Rock. And we'll talk a little bit what the rock means once we get into the main part of this video. But right now, it's a Golgari deck focusing on Phyrexian Tribal. And we got a good little mix of some gender-neutral tribal helping Bloomburrow cards. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I'm your host, and in my younger years, I was the body double for the robot Gypsy Danger in the movie Pacific Rim, Dr. Yukon Suckett. Yes, thank you. Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much. Yukon Suckett. Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I'm bringing to you a deck I found over on the Aether Hub, hosted by Elrond 100. Elrond 100. And he calls it Phyrexian Rock. So I'm like, yeah, I know Rock is a type of deck, but I don't know what kind of a deck the rock decks are. So let's read it from MTG Wiki. It says, it's a mid-range deck at heart. The traditional rock deck would play a lot of disruption alongside solid removal. Once the game is under control, the deck would play a big fat finisher to close the game quickly. Due to the state of legacy, the deck has adopted a much more creature-oriented approach. So is this really the rock? I don't know, maybe. But it's a lot of creatures. Does it have disruption? Yeah, it does have. I assume that means control. And is there big fat finishers? Yeah, we got the Obliterator. We got Fleshgorger in there. So anyways, let's take a look at what we got. What we'll do is we're going to take a look at the cards that are in this deck. We'll talk about how this deck should work. And then we'll go out and we'll crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We got Death Touch, Toxic 1 for 1. Great, little landmine, right? This guy gets bigger every time you put a guy with a bigger power toughness out. He gets a different oil counter. Tail Swipe causes your creature, it bases a fight between one of your creatures and another one. You can put if you do it during your turn, then it gets a +1/+1 counter. Well, it looks like it's, your main phase, not your turn specifically. But so you can see how it works. Creature kill. One or more other creatures you control die. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. Little vampirism. Mana Dork. But he also rips apart graveyards anytime you tap him for... Whenever he becomes tapped, that's you have to tap for mana. You could just do an attack with him if you need to. So that's cool. This guy is 3/2 for 2, which is fantastic value. You could also sacrifice him to destroy target artifact, enchantment, or proliferate. That's so much value in this deck. Innkeeper's Talent. This is part of a combo. Plus, by itself, it just is a wonderful card. At the beginning of your combat, you put a Popo counter on target creature you control. Permanents you control with counters on them. There's a lot of different counters on your dudes. Have Ward 1, so it helps protect your guys. And if you would put one or more permanent or counters on a permanent or player, you put twice that many on them instead. Which we'll see if we mix it with Vraska's Betrayal. Because if you have this up to level 3, and you put up Vraska, then if you play her for full price, she'll come out as a 12, which means you can immediately do the number 9, which will then put 18 poison counters on your opponent, killing them. So there's your combo right there. Of course, you have to have this out, dialed up to 3, and then have 6 mana of some sort. Great. We got a mana dork. We got a bunch of good mana. There's a strong chance this can happen. All right, let's move on. We've got Phyrexian Arena, which draws you an extra card. Bloated Contaminator does some toxic trampoline and proliferates if it deals damage to a player. Glissa is the best defender of all time with First Strike and Death Touch. Only people that can survive her would be people with First Strike or double strike. If you do damage to a creature or to a player, you can do one of the following, which is draw a card, destroy target enchantment, or remove 3 counters from target permanent. Patchwork Banner gives you a 1 mana of any color and gives all of your creatures of a chosen type, Phyrexian, +1/+1. Sheoldred punishes them for drawing a card, and you gain life for drawing cards. That's why, what is it? The Phyrexian Arena with Sheoldred is a great combo, because even though you lose 1 life for each card you draw by it, every time I draw a card for Sheoldred, I will gain 2 life. So that means I gain 1 for the Phyrexian draw, and then 2 for the other. So I net 3 each of my upkeeps with Sheoldred out. Plus it just kills them for drawing their own cards. Obliterator has Trample as a 5/5. Whenever source deals damage to it, its controller sacrifices that many permanents. So you got things doing damage. This thing will just punish people. Fleshgorger, you can put it out as a 3/3 or a 7/5. And he has lifelink, so that's great. This guy does -3/-3. You gain 2 life. If you can pay for 7, then you'll also be able to return a target from the graveyard into the battlefield under your control at the beginning of your upkeep. Probably going to grab either Sheoldred or the Phyrexian Obliterator. If you grab the Fleshgorger, he will come back as a 7/5. There's lots of great choices here. Lots of great choices. Cavern of Souls, you want to pick Phyrexian for this one. This will get you one of your basic lands. And they got a man land right there in case you need to break glass and do something awesome. All right, that's pretty much it. So what are we going to do? We're going to get out early and strong. We have some control. We got some wicked combos in here. And every card by itself is pretty excellent and stands on its own as being an incredibly cool card. So this thing's tight. This thing's awesome. This thing's Phyrexian-rific. Let's go out and do some damage. Before we do, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black Queen Sheoldred, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we're playing against Tifo 76. Tifo 1, 2, 3. All right, we got you two guys. Let's get them in the front so I don't forget them. All right, Phyrexian, which gets me into the adaptive and into a Cankerbloom. This thing's kind of a jerk because he'll draw cards with that. Give that a shot. All right, so what we could do is pin down our poor Archangel there. One at a time. So I gotta watch out for exiles is what I gotta watch out for. All right, he lost it. That's good. All right, do I need... Nope, just do this. Yeah, let's keep the mana going. That's fine. All right, that's gone. And see if he's willing to block. Yeah, that's crazy, dude. That is crazy. That's like all your land. There we go. 6, not enough. I just want to... I could do the Fleshgorger on the next turn. Full strength. And this guy's got to deal with 1 mana. Alright. Say hello. I can't believe he's still trying to fight me off at this point. I mean, board wipe will cost you 5. Man, if I lose this, I'll be crazed. That's cool. Let's put this out. Let's increase it. All right, that's a lot of life to gain right there. Down to 2, up to 28. Now, basically, he's got to block. He's got to have the ability to absorb up to 6 points of damage. He's only got 3 right now. Still only 3, dude. And we win! In your face, Duffy Moon. In your face. Rank up. Alright, we were playing against WS84. Workshop 84. Keep. Alright, number 2. That is not instant, it's a sorcery, so it's not really going to help us out too much. I think this guy wants to kill. I got to put some guys out to kill, unfortunately. Activate. Form of black mana. Alright, I mean, Phyrexian Obliterator is fantastic. You'd only do 2 points of damage to that one, that's the problem. Let's put the Obliterator out. I mean, what we just need is that fight spell. Will we get it? I don't know. I don't have it. All of his guys have butts too big for this. I'm really hoping for the best here. Come on. Give me something worth playing with here. There we go. I know you got Death Touch. I don't care at this point. Bam! That's 4 permanents you're going to have to give up, baby. And in we go. All right, we're down to 12. I do have life gain. What is it? 4, 5, 6. Here's number 7. We start bringing the Obliterator back. That'd be fantastic. Now, if I was, either this guy's going to pee his pants, or he's got an answer for it. There's my selection. All right, you can choose to kill one if you like. All right, I'm back up to 14. We're tied life-wise at this point. He doesn't like Virtue Persistence. I wouldn't either. Don't have an answer. That'd be great. All right, fine. I'll take his Sheoldred. Oh man, I just have the inability to deal with stuff. Is this an instant? Perfect. I just need 1 for that. All right. We'll put this out as a Phyrexian Increaser. Phyrexian. Put out another dude, because, yeah, we can do it. And in we go. All right, I'm keeping the Scrapgorger guy. I don't know why. I'm afraid he's going to wipe the board is the deal. But, I mean, really, is that the guy that's going to... There we go. All right, 2 more guys. We'll throw this guy out. And a Death Touch guy, because why not? It's good for him that he had the Exile. He got rid of his own dudes that I can't steal anymore. Let's pop it. I don't need anybody getting in my way. I don't need chumps chumping. Of course, I kind of want him to get into a fight. Ooh, nice. No selections there. Sure, let's pump this up to full meal deal. All right, got a little bit of ward going on. So the ability to do a tail swipe if he decides to put something out. Nope. That's the end of the game. Boom, boom! Goes the room. All right, we're playing against QuietBoy. All right, we'll keep it. All right, we put out Vraan. Vraan could just die, I suspect. There we go. All right, let us go ahead and put this guy out. We got plenty of life to live off for the moment. looking to do some prowess stuff. And you're pumping them up, but it's not doing any good. They're tapped. Lame. Alright, we're going to go these two dudes. What am I up to? 6? Like 7 right there. I can get a full price Phyrexian Fleshgorger. I was playing this deck yesterday. It's pretty good. It's just that you gotta have people to leave him alone. Like I'm doing right now is the problem. He's just gonna put out a ton of otters. See, now I can't block these guys. But he can't get his guys. They always reset at the end of the turn here. I don't care. I'm going for the full price. Phyrexian Fleshgorger. Can't bring that thing back from the graveyard. But there's a lot of that going on too. Ah, he's out of mana. And it's gone. And we win. Yeah, you just can't get that much power out of that. Victory! And we're playing again. Stranger 3x3. Oof, we need mana. That's what we need. Let's just search for mana. I need a third mana to be able to get out this one out, which would be a fourth mana. He's playing black, which means he wants to start killing my dudes. I'm also expecting him to start throwing out discards on me as well. Oh, he's not playing black. He's playing Golgari. Get him! There we go. Good job, Cankerbloom. I have the ability to pop it to destroy an artifact enchantment. What else can you do for me there? Proliferate? Nothing to proliferate at this point. Also, I can put out a Phyrexian Obliterator if I wanted to. I just feel it's too early. He's got lots of stuff like that to go. Gotta wait till he puts out some creatures is what I gotta wait for him to do. So that way I can quick out a Phyrexian Obliterator and a Tail Swipe. Totally smoking this guy big time. Except he needs to put out a relatively big creature. There we go. That's only 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can get out Virtue of Persistence. There we go. That's pretty crippling. Guess who's coming back? It's Sheoldred. I'm sorry, I love the Black Queen. I can't do anything with her, just pull out creatures at this point, one at a time. I mean, we punished this guy mana-wise. Virtue of Persistence is your friend. That's one you want to get rid of. You're forcing yourself to discard a card. Good for you. Manlands would be great. I don't have any, though. I got to force him to sacrifice a non-land permanent, which would be Liliana, or discard a card. He didn't want to go for it. Alright, at least we got the Scrapgorger out there, so if he tries to go for the kill, I can sacrifice a Scrapgorger. Here you go. Gotcha. I never knew that when we were playing this one, we were on some sort of gigantic throne of cacti. He's got the ward. Alright, both of them dead. Let's bring it back. Right now, putting out the Viper in your graveyard was a really bad idea. Alright, so you gotta kill off Liliana at this point. Unless you have some sort of super creature kill in your hand. I don't have anything for you to get rid of here. You're down to 4 life already. That's because you refused to give up Liliana. Alright, when I bring it back, you're gonna have to choose, man. You're not gonna like it. Your life, or you get rid of your enchantment. And you chose your life. Victory! Alright, we're playing against Antha. Keep. It's a good low-end, aggro-y kind of thing, but nothing spectacular. Hopefully we'll grow in some better cards here in a little bit. You want to lose it? Come on at me, Barrel. I'm willing to trade. All right, number 2, Scrapgorger, how to pay. He's got a nice big butt. Can't block flying, though. You're playing mices, huh? Let's give it some beef. And use these two. Yeah, put out the Vraan. That's fine. Now it's just land. This is where we stalled out. Gotta pull up something better to land at this point. Alright, is that a mana? Alright, pop this. We'll get a second green. Just to even things out a little bit. Put out our friend Glissa. Glissa, who's the most excellent defender of all time. Cannot be blocked by creatures of, like, whatever it is. That's unblockable, right? Cannot be blocked. Three or greater. Okay, well. Keep it going. All right, that's 6 that you're not going to get. Into me. See, that was a one-time unblockable by that adventure card. So I don't think I have to worry about it again. Oh, this tech is taking a long time to come to fruition. You didn't like it, though. Boom, boom! Goes the room. I are playing against Banksy. Like your art, my friend. This deck seems to do amazingly well with only 2 mana to start off with, so I'm trusting. Where he's got no sleeves, no pet, no uppercase letter. This guy is poor. Drag and drop. Should have actually gone for mana is what I should have done. I'm actually starting to panic a little bit. Two Evolving Adaptive. Get him. We're 5, 6. All right, so another mana would be great. Phyrexian Obliterator, I think, would be fantastic against this deck. We just need to get a... Well, I need 2 more black mana, unfortunately, is what I need. Let's get ourselves some lifelink. You can lose 3 and not do the full kill. Alright, that was for naught. That was actually for worse than naught. You have to bargain it. I know, you might just give up because of that. You want to come at me, yo? All right. Oh, I don't have enough black mana, so we got to put this guy out. And let's take it in, Rin Tin Tin. She's flying across the board, therefore the Obliterator is not as great, because I can't block you guys with flying. The life gain we're getting from the Obliterator is pretty cool. There you go. All right, what I got I need for the Obliterator. Because what does he got? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 out of my 11. That's not great. All right, so I've got 6. I could put it out with 5. Don't have enough mana to take it because of the ward. Let's put out the Obliterator. He's flying. Alright, so the deal is if I can get this guy down, then he's going to have to block with the Obliterator, and he's going to lose a lot of guys due to that. The question is it can I do enough? Nope. Apparently I can do plenty right there. Victory! Alright, so we are playing with the Phyrexian Rock. And it was a very good deck. The deal was I love Phyrexian Tribal. I love Golgari Phyrexian Tribal. I thought that was great. It was good to see a little bit of Bloomburrow mixed in there. I mean, there are no Phyrexians in Bloomburrow. They are an untouched plane, not touched by the skeletal hand of the Phyrexian armies. But we did get a mix in Patchwork Banner and the Innkeeper's Talent. Innkeeper's Talent is so choice, man. He's got a little space needle in the background there. Because of the way that he pumps everything up, gives everything ward, and then doubles up on the pump up and stuff like that. It's always good with that. Plus, there's a couple of incredible combos in here. I've been seeing, you see it all the time. You got Vraska's Vraska, Betrayal Sting, mixed together with Innkeeper's Talent. That is 1-0 turn kills combo right there. The other one is Phyrexian Obliterator and what is it? The Tail Swipe. That usually, it doesn't kill the person, but eliminates like their board, depending upon if you get into a fight with a guy that's got enough points on it. You wait till they put out some big boy, and then you get into the fight, because whatever damage is dealt to this guy is how many permanents they have to sacrifice, including their own stupid lands. So yeah, this is a nice, tight tribal deck with great creatures at a decent cost that moves into potentially a couple of different, incredibly devastating combos. And it did a great job. It was good across the board. What did I end up getting on this thing? I was rocking 100% for the longest time. I ended up with 80%. 80%. I say one deck, the reason why I lost is because he started stealing my own guys from my graveyard, and I didn't have any way to take out like Sheoldred and stuff. And eventually I did, but the damage was way too far. So yeah, when I had to fight against myself, then it became a huge problem. Out of the 9 games I played, I lost 2, only one time to actually get defeated by another deck. So yeah, this deck is incredibly good, and it did very well at on the rank as well. All right, so let's move on here. Let's see, was this deck competitive? Well, we just talked about it, 80% win rate. Yeah, it's a competitive deck. I'd say it's well worth playing, and yeah, you should try to put one together. The only problem is, look at that. Mythic rare. Let's keep going here. Mythic rare. So there's a lot. If you don't have these cards already, you got a lot to build. And there's a lot of just regular rares in here as well that you're going to have to pay for. There's a lot of uncommons in here. It's not too bad. Oh, I mean, the lands do a good job. They're not, there's nothing like integral about them. When we're playing a good tribal deck, your Cavern of Souls is really going to help. Once again, it's a mythic rare land, though. All right, so anyways, competitive? Yes. Is it costly? It's worth it. Number 2, was this deck fun? Yeah, look up here. Now, the way I'm beginning to really measure my fun is how aggro is this deck. And slot number 1, slot number 2, yeah, man, that's where your bulk is at, which allows you to play a lot of great cards in the first 2 rounds. And we've got some dudes to play. I mean, Scrapgorger is just a 0/3 mana dork. Vraan's not bad. Cankerbloom is really decent. They usually kill these guys straight up if they see him, though. But what's great is he's got so much removal cooked into him, as well as being a 3/2 for 2. This guy's Moneyball value right there. Other Moneyball guy, Evolving Adaptive, because he gets bigger so quickly as you put out bigger dudes. You got Death Touch. This guy's a landmine. And he's got Toxic built into him. Yeah. So turn 1, turn 2, we got a lot of good stuff to drop down. And this thing just keeps growing with it. Your third degree stuff is great. You got Glissa in here. Come on. I mean, this, for being a Golgari deck, being a tribal deck, yeah, this thing is top shelf. This is a fun deck. I fully enjoyed it. Lastly, was this interesting? Yes. Why was it interesting? I mean, it was Golgari, Phyrexian tribal. What I liked about it, though, was the fact that it had some Bloomburrow cards in it, which would be, like we talked about, the one that just gives all your, it's a mana dork as well as a glorious anthem. And then Innkeeper's Talent keeps pumping people up, giving them ward. Yeah, it's great in a nebulous way towards working with tribal creature decks. And these things did a great job of that. Mixing in the combos and everything, both of the combos that can be placed in this deck, yeah, that's crazy. You usually see one or the other. I haven't seen a deck playing both of them at the same time. So yeah, that was great. I say it was a very interesting deck. Let's add this up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was this deck fun? Absolutely. Was this deck interesting? Totes my goats. All right, so that makes it into an A+ deck. And as I'm required by federal law to say, this deck is so choice. But highly recommend you pick one up, should you have the means. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the underground secret headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.